All right, I'm just right back. We're gonna keep on going. And we are on Lizard, which is a government. And I'm looking over at Lizard, and it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 9+9 for Lizard. And I think that Russia should easily have a 9+9. We got 1, 2 red zones, 3 red zones. That red zone way up there is 4. And then this is 5. And we need to connect to that red zone in the corner to be able to count that as 6. So we're at 5. And then for Y cities, we have 6, 7. And then we would need 2 other cities. We actually don't have enough cities. We're at 7, and we would need to upgrade 2 more cities. So there's that. I think the whistle stops were easily going to be at 9, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 9 whistle stops. So we do need to get some cities upgraded. And if we can connect to that one up in the corner, we can count that red zone. It does going to take quite a few track to get up there, but we could do it. And Finland there is not necessarily, it's connected through sea. No, we have to get connected to Finland as well before we can count that. So I'm going to be spending a lot of track points up here. So So 1, 2, sorry, changing my mind. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you know what? I don't have to lay these because I have a token in every city when you're a national. So I can lay that and then I get it connected that way. So we're good there. I do have one more track point. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would just use that to lay one of my cities like this. Okay, so I do have all the red zones now. So starting with Finland there, that's 40 for 1. Arkhangelsk is 50 for 2. St. Petersburg is 50 for 3. Moscow, 50 for 4. Kharkov, 50 for 5, or 40 for 5. Sevastopol, 40 for 6. The Y city with MKV is 40 for 7. The WWY city is 40 for 8. And I need just one more city. And unfortunately, nothing else is green. So I'm going to have to take a $20 city for 9. And then I'm going to add $90 in whistle stops. And then I'm going to add $30 for a Pullman, 49 a share. So Lizard is at 5 shares. So $2.45 for Tchaikovsky. So that's not a bad haul for him. Okay, so Lizard goes up, and now we're at GSWR, another government, and I'm looking at them and they're only at a 5+5. So he needs to get some trains, obviously, to beef himself up, and I'm just trying to not damage the tiles while I put this down. Okay, so for him, he's got to lay all the track that I couldn't lay because it costs. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. I got one more here and one more there. 7. 8. 9. And I'm actually going to change something. It's a pretty crazy thing, but by laying this, if somebody puts one here, you can go from London to Birmingham that way and bypass this nonsense. Until browns are unlocked, that's actually huge because now north and south can connect to each other. So that's actually pretty cool. All right, so he only has a 5+5. So 60 for London, 50 for Birmingham, and then 40 for Scottish Highlands. That's 3. And then there's 2 Y cities there for 4 and 5. And then he's going to get $50 in whistle stops, and then $30 for a Pullman. So 31 a share for GSWR. So that's $62 for Wellington. Not bad for only 2 shares. So he is going to be able to take 2 from the bank. So now he has 2 more 2+2 trains added to his arsenal. And GSWR moves up. Last of the 120s is SFR, which is down here. And as you may recall, they just went major for the first time, but they do have good money. But he only has a 3 train, and he only has 1 token on the board, and that's here. So it would be very beneficial for him to find a place to token. He doesn't have a place to token. He could pay some serious money to lay a token across the sea to Spain here, much to the chagrin of Trump, who's over there. He needs to think about how he's going to get an OE run, because he wants to do an OE run, and then he doesn't mind going national after that. The other thing is this SFAI goes and does an OE run, then he can go national with SFAI, and then SFR could be the moneymaker. But SFR needs more than just 1 spot on the board. He has 1 token on the entire map right now. Not good. Naples could be upgraded for 4. So let's do that. We're going to upgrade Naples for 4. And this is a tricky rule. He's connecting to the tile, so He has access to it as long as the upgrade gives him final access, which if you look at it, it will. So as long as the upgrade connects, he can do it. And then of course Bell is over here on the port side of it, and then this would be, so this is connecting to the port side, and then there's a pass through here that nobody's connected to. So that's 4 points. It's not a bad idea to be in Naples, but still he needs to be able to do an OE run. So it's either Madrid or Paris for him. He could try to connect to Berlin, but that would be quite a trek. And of course, St. Petersburg is just way out of the question. If he can bypass, let me move the camera again. The other thing he can do is just try to bypass this. He has his own port down here in Italy. So if he bypasses this, then he can do it. But the problem is this is going the wrong direction. It's going towards the port. The A company is the one that upgraded that. He could argue that's not what I wanted. I mean, but the thing is he did that like rounds and rounds ago. What the A company should have done was this. And that would have made sense. Nobody needed to use that port. Okay, so then that's 2 for 6 because he upgraded Naples. He can put a straight here and then a green here, and then he'll have to skip this, of course, but he could bypass this Y city and get to Paris. I think that's a good move. He only has a 3+3 train, so it doesn't matter right now. And so we'll do his route, which is just going to be 120 plus 30 is 150. So he's making 15 a share, and 2, 3, 4, 15 times 6. He's going to make 90 bucks for himself, which compared to some of the other runs is a meager amount, but it's not bad. And then 60 for the company. Now the company is going to be able to buy a train, I'm pretty sure. So let's go over and look at the company here. There's a lot of small stuff. So that's 250, 300. Oh my gosh, he doesn't have enough. 200, 300, and 1025. It's 325. He could buy a 4 train for 300, but it doesn't count whistle stops. I don't know if he should or not. He could also half cap. What was his run? His run was 150. If he half caps, he doesn't go up. His stock stays stagnant. That's not good either. So if I buy that for 300, he will get his OE run. One, 2, 3. Oh, because the other thing is he needs to get a South Seas token. He doesn't have that either. And that's going to be another 125. So he's not going to buy it then, because he can't do it without the South Seas token. So he could, like I said, he could pay a half cap. His stock wouldn't go up, but he would get an extra $75, and that would allow him to buy a train. But with his stock not going up, that hurts him in terms of value. Hurts him quite a bit, actually. He's one of the lowest valued companies in the game already. So he's going to wait and maybe he can buy a train from one of his other companies. The problem is he only has 2. So what's SFAI looking like? SFAI, he's just going to wait. And that may not be a good move. I don't know. I'd have to think it through, but that's challenging. So I moved him up, and you can see there that Chin is at the very end of those companies. It is better than DSJ and MSP because they're further down. But those are the only ones he's better than. And if he did not move up, DSJ and MSP and them would still be worth less because he would still be at 120 and they're going to move up to 110 and 100. But he's definitely going to be bottom barrel. Let's put it that way. Would it help him? It would help him to get his OE run in sooner rather than later. That part's true. Yeah, I think he's got to do it. So he'll do what's called a half cap. So he won't go up, and but he gets an extra $75 for himself. But that means I got to take $75 out of the profit for the companies. So what did I say it was? It was 90 and 60. So I gotta take $45 away from took it from the wrong person. I gotta take $45 away from whose turn is this? This is from Medici. And take $30 away from the company, but then I got to give the company 75. All right, so then 350, and he has 25 bucks left over. But he has a 4 train. And yes, he still needs to sell Seize token, but that 4 train is going to help him to make extra revenue, and he'll get there quicker. He definitely needs the 4 train to make money. Okay, so now it's to DSJ, which is us. And I don't think we're playing a very strong game, to be quite honest. I'm not sure we're winning. I don't think we're losing either, but DSJ is in serious pickle mode. Now, what I can do with DSJ is put them in London. I don't know if I want to, but I could. But I think DSJ is going to help with the bypass. So we're going to get this for 1 and upgrade that for 2, 3. Like so. And then he still has more track points. And we'll do this for 4, 5. And help out the government to get some connections in for 6. He could actually, instead of doing that, he could actually upgrade Norway, which might be the better route. Crap. Yeah. Norway would have been the better route. 50. So what he would do is, that's a $36 placement up there. I just laid this track for 36, and then we're gonna upgrade this. So now he finally has access to the zone up there. So let me make sure I get the $36 taken care of. I don't even think he has enough money to buy a train. This is what's crazy about him. All right, so he has a 3 train. Obviously, if he starts in Berlin, he has to hit this Y city and then this. That's his 3. But he can get to Constantinople if he has a 4. So he's not quite there, but he can do it with a 3. Or he can get, where are you getting it for 3? He also can, in Norway, just do a 3 from that red zone to there to the other red zone, which is actually the better paying route. So that's going to be 60 plus 50 plus 40. Actually, they're both the same. Doesn't matter which way he goes. And then he just adds a $30 whistle stop to it. So he gets 180. So at 18 a share, we get $72. So it's a very modest amount compared to what other people have been getting. And then he gets $108. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of his 1s. So this is about our situation is. Okay, that's $50. And that's 50. He does have enough. He can pay $350 and get a 4 train. So that's good. And then with the 4 train, he will do an OE run next round. Also good. He moves up on the stock. He's still one of the bottom feeders. And yeah, we didn't necessarily play a phenomenal game so far. So the good news is he took the last of the 4 trains. So there's only 5 trains left. So MSP is up next. And MSP is one of the powerhouses for Tchaikovsky. And he has 6 track points, and he's just going to help his government. So we're just going to start upgrading things to green. And then MSP is also going to lay 2 track here. So 2 of his points is going to be 1, 2. He can't do anything because this is not connected. So he can't lay, I mean, he could put a token there, but he'd have to pay $40 per C-zone. I don't know if he wants to do that. But MSP can still upgrade 2 more things. So he's just going to take 2 Russian cities and make them green from yellow. And I know it was a little off camera, but just 2 of the dinky cities will never touch. Just got upgraded to help the government. Okay, MSP has just a 3 train. So that's simple enough. It's going to be 150 plus 30, 180, because he's going to do 350s. And he better be buying another train. So 180 at 18 a share. MSP gets 2, 3, 4, 6. MSP, or Tchaikovsky gets $108. Okay, and then the company gets 72. Now the company could have done an OE run through the Black Sea. That is an option. It costs $125 for the Port Authority. So he may want to do that. I don't know how much of a rush he's in to get the OE run right now. I think his priority is let's get another train first. Then he can think magical things. And there's what he's got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's $10 right there. And then that's $30 and that's $40. So we're just going to consolidate some stuff here. So 150, 250, 350. Oh, never mind. Hold on. We need 475 now because we're up to the new trains. So 300, 400, 50, 75. So MSP had to pay quite a bit more, but it now has a permanent 5 train. So still good for them. I think they're actually a little happy that we bought all the 4 trains before they got to go. So MSP goes up on the stock. They are on the shelf. So right now they could sell for $100 a share. MSP, he's bought as many shares of MSP as he can. So he is going to sell the other 4 shares for $100 each. So that means MSP won't make money off of its runs anymore. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. But it gets $400 right into MSP's money right now. And that's what he'll do. He'll take it. And now we move to WW. Same challenge. Let's just keep upgrading. Just doing 2, 4, 6 again to upgrade some cities. So 2, 4, 6. Two, 4, 6. Okay, and then WW, let's look at his money and situation. He has a 3 train and a 2 train. That's impossible. His 2 trains melted. So he just has a 3 train. Forgot to take his trains away. And he does have quite a bit of money. So his route is going to be 50, 50, 40. So that's 14 plus 30 more is 17. So 17 for him. So he gets 85 and Tchaikovsky gets 85. Okay, it's 475 for a train. So there's 75, 200, 300, 400. That's $50. Okay, and then he just has a little bit of change left. The good news, though, is they're getting permanent trains. So even though they're running low on cash, they're getting permanent trains, and permanent trains won't, of course, rust, so that means he's going to be good to go for the rest of the game. And I do have to correct one thing. Okay, one thing I have to correct is WW, you can see, has the Indigo, which is the, I think it's the G company. He gets 2 more track points. So we just have to pick something else. So we'll go ahead and spend 2 more to upgrade this. Like so. Okay, that's it for WW. So now we move to MKV. MKV situation is a 3+3 again. And they're also in Russia, and he's running the exact same route that MSP ran. So there's no issue there. That's his money, just got that sorted out. Okay, so it's a 180 run. So at 18 a share, he only has 4 shares of MKV. So 50, 60, 70, 2 for him. And then 108 for the company. So one thing you might be wondering is WW had the same option. If you look over here, WW is also on the shelf. And if we wait one more round, they'll move up on the shelf to $110 instead of that. And I'm not in a hurry to sell WW or MKV because those 2 are the ones I want to be the primary. MSP, I'm planning on having, Tchaikovsky wants to have also become a national. So that's sort of why I'm doing what I'm doing with MSP and not with the others. So 475, so 1, 2, 3, that's 75, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. Ooh, he doesn't have enough. Wow. I did pay him, right? 108, yes I did. He doesn't have enough to buy a train. Wow. Okay. Well, MKV does move up on the stock. I could sell MKV shares if I wanted. I don't know if I want to. But he doesn't have enough for a bigger train. I think he will after 1 more operating round, so maybe we won't sweat it out too much. But he's gonna have to sit on his cash for now. So okay, now he has the ability, MKV, to upgrade track for just 1 track point. So he can go, as long as it's not a city. So he can upgrade, you know, the non-city stuff for just 1 point. It's helpful, but I don't know if it's needed. One thing that he can do that is helpful for 1 track point is, as you can see here, we have 1 more money-making city. So he can come in here and do this for 1 point. Whereas that would cost us several points for somebody else. So he can do that for 1 point. And remember, we just found out he's short on cash. So we can do this, and that gets him 30 more bucks. I don't know if that was enough to get him what he needed. So I'm gonna double check one more time. That's 200, 375. So 25, 75, 85, 95. Oh my gosh. There it is, there's $100. So he has $7 left. So that track lay that I forgot to do was the difference that gets him a 5 train. So very happy to see that. And that was just 2 points, and then he can spend 2 more for 4, and then we'll get some of these whistle stops upgraded over here for 6. Okay, so MKB went up. MZA is the only one left for this operating round, so we're gonna get them next. And I'm just putting away some cash here in the bank. Okay, MZA is not doing well. He's doing worse than our company. MZA still only has 1 token on the entire map, and it needs to put a token over here. MZA also has no money. He has a 3 train, but look at his money. He has $110. Largely because Trump only bought 1 share of MZA. So MZA is not going to be able to buy a train to help him. He could buy one from MIDI, and then of course that will help him. And then it also frees up a spot on MIDI, and I think that's what he'll do. But for now, he has 6 track points. He can help his government. This is an upgraded thing, and he can spend $20 for another token, so he'll do that as well. So he's going to spend $20 for a token and put it there. That's important, or otherwise he's not going to get this game going for him. So 50, 75, 80. I think what you're learning possibly is in a 6-player game, rather than starting that one company for $60 because you can, maybe you're better off just holding onto your money and forcing one of those preliminary rounds where all 30 companies did not float. And then you hurt people like Medici when you do that too. That might be the better route here, because our $60 company, DSJ, same problem. We are barely getting it off the ground. The Tchaikovsky started 4 companies at $60 in order for him to pull off his stunt, and I'm not sure he's doing all that great either. So it seems that all of us, the only one that paid off for us so far was SB, but even that is sort of tricky. So anyways, this is all SB has for money, or I'm sorry, MZA. $75, $85, $90 and change. And he's going to run a 3 company, 3 train, and he'll just go 1, 2, and then Portugal or Casablanca for 3. So he does get $40 in whistle stops, which helps. $50 for Madrid, and then another $10 for a whistle stop, and then $80 for 2 cities. So he is going to make 180, which is funny because some of the other ones were making 180 for a lot less effort. But Trump gets 54 of it, and the only good news out of this is that he's going to get 126 of it. So 55 for Trump, pay 1 back, and then 126 for him. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give some money to MIDI to buy one of the 3 trains from MIDI. So MZA is going to do that. And he's going to buy a 3 train from MIDI. I don't think he has a choice. So he's going to have 2 3 trains, which are both going to melt eventually, but he couldn't buy a 5 train, and those 2 3 trains will help him, and he does move up. he definitely hit his number, so there's no worry there. He could sell his shares. There are 8 shares he can sell for $100 and he can get $800. That's another option, but he's going to hold. Okay, so we go to operating round 2. $40 for me. We're paying our weenies. $45 for Trump. So anyways, let's look at the situation. I have one $100 bill, 2 50s and smaller change. I mean, you come over here, Trump is sitting on $300 and a whole bunch of money. There's even Wellington has $300 in money. This is $400 here. You got $300 there and $300 there. We're losing badly. So I paid Trump 15 for Wellington, and then Medici gets 10. And I think we're, oh, and then $40 for MIDI. The crazy thing is we're, oh, I'm so sorry. Some of you might have been just screaming at me. We unlocked Brown like a long time ago when the 5 trains were purchased. So we should have been upgrading to Brown track. So let me reverse some things here. What do you want?
Crockpot. What's in it?
Food.
Okay.
I'm very mad at myself. Sorry about that. Let's look at who has 5 trains. MKV, MSP. MSP, I think, was the first. So he could not have upgraded anything to Brown, but MKV could have. And then that means WW could have. And that means, yeah, just those 2. And then MZA could have. I don't think MZA spent any track points, so we'll fix that. But we have 2 companies, 2 Russian companies that could have upgraded something. And then, of course, the red zones automatically upgrade. So let's just do this real quick. Most WW, his route was that red zone in St. Petersburg. Okay, and you can see here we upgraded these dinky cities, you know, as part of our efforts. So I'm going to take this for 2 and this for 2. And that brings us 4 points, and we're going to get St. Petersburg upgraded, which is huge, because that 50 becomes 80. All right. So okay. They all had 3 trains, so that part's easy. Moscow ran from there to St. Petersburg to there. I'm going to just say that everybody else just upgraded and helped the government. Yes, nothing's brown, but it still helped the government to move things to green. Okay, so this was a $30 increase. This was a $30 increase, and that was a $30 increase. So it's a $90 extra in the run. So it's $9 a share for, and then it's $8 a share for WW. Okay, so that was real easy to fix. And thankfully, it was only 2 companies, but they were both affecting Tchaikovsky. So Tchaikovsky has 5 shares of this and 3 shares of that. So 5 times 8 is 40, and 3 times 9 is 27. So $67 I'm going to give to Tchaikovsky. He's actually doing quite well for himself compared to us. And then the last one, of course, was MZA, who we said ran for $18, and he's not running for $18. He's going to run for significantly more. So we're going to upgrade Madrid for 4, and then this city over here for 2. So let's do that. And there is one special city that I need to, there it is. There. Okay, so his route went up $20 here, and then Madrid went up $30. Okay, so that's 50, and then this actually goes up too. It is now worth $40 instead of 20. So $70, so $7 a share. Trump only had 3 shares, so that's $21 for him. And then, but the company itself had 7 shares, so that's $49. So I'm just going to grab a 50 and take $1 away from MIDI. So MZA wasn't quite as bad, but it still wasn't going to be able to afford a 5 train. All right, sorry for that. Let's get that fixed, and now we move on. We've unlocked brown, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, man, why are we stuck at green for so long? And we weren't. So RCP is up. RCP is a national, and browns have been unlocked, and there's a lot to do now, all of a sudden. He has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has a 9+9 as RCP, and you can see that there. So 9+9 for RCP, and so there's a lot to do, Scooby-Doo. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in red zones, then 5, 6, 7, and then we just need 2 other cities. So he has a lot to do. We are going to upgrade this because this Y city is extremely rare, and if we don't get that, someone's gonna get screwed on this game. So so anyways, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need 2 more. So that was 2 points, and we need to get 2 more, preferably to brown, but you can see everything else is yellow. So this would be 4 more points for 6. Okay, so I got 1 of them to brown for 6, but then I can only get 1 more. You know what? I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to upgrade the double whistle stop. For 8. Because that's $20 more right there. This would only go up $30 more, or $10 more. So that's 8, and then I get to lay 1 more, and I'm going to back that off for $10 and follow my same exact logic. This one's more valuable. I know it's just a little bit off camera, but there was a double whistle stop up there in the corner. So that increased by $10 each, so that's a $20 upgrade, whereas this was only a $10 upgrade. And I do still have 1 track point left, and I can just do that. Okay, red zone, Malia here, you can see is worth $40. It's really not worth that much. Then we are now up to train phase 5. So Casablanca is $60. North and South, or North Africa and the Americas is $80 for 3. Portugal is $60 for 4. And then Madrid is $80 for 5. And then the 2 Y cities is $60 plus $60 for 6 and 7. And then we have a $30 city for 8. And then a $20 city for 9. And then as far as whistle stops go, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them times 20. And then we have a $40 one because this counts as the 5th one. And then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, there's plenty of them, plus 40 for the 4 remaining at $10 each. So we're at $650. And then on top of that, we get to add the Pullman for 30. So 68 a share. Trump is doing fantastic. So 68 times, how many of that does he own? 4. 272. And that, by the way, folks, is why we're falling behind. We didn't want to give up that $800, and rightfully so. But I think that's where our plan is hurting us. If SB was a government, we'd be making money like that. So that's the problem that we have. Okay, RCP goes up. Now it's Plum's turn. Same deal for Plum. Plum is right there in the corner, and you can see he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's a 9 plus 9. And he's going to do similar things. He's going after the Y cities more than the metropolis. So this is 2. This is 4. And that's 6. And that's 8. So 4 Y cities being upgraded. It's his bread and butter. So this one is crucial for 2. This one's crucial for 4. And you saw how long it took me to even find it. That's how low they're getting in supply. And these 2, of course, are more numerous. And we have 1 point left. So we'll just spend the 1 point. Go that way. Okay, so let's get some tokens back on. All right, so at a 9 plus 9, we do have Algiers for 60. So, oh, I just bumped a bunch of stuff. Algiers is 60, and then Paris is still 50 for 2. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Y cities for 60. So that's 6. And then we have 7, 8, and 9. And then we have 9 times 10, because I didn't touch any of the whistle stops. So 53 plus a $30 Pullman, 56 a share. So 56 times 4, he's getting 224. And that's for De Gaulle. And Plum goes up. So next up is lawnmower. So we have lawnmower and then GWR and then MIDI. So lawnmower, of course, is going to go after London first. And the Y city second. So London first. And then the Y city second. And this one's a special Y city as well. So one of the rare ones. All right, lawnmower has a 4 and a 3 and another 3. So he's got a lot going on. So so his 4 could easily be, 1, 2, 3, 4 from northern Norwegian all the way down. He's going to buy a North Seas token for 125. So that'll help. So he's going to get one of these, and that'll help him run to America. So that'll help him do his 3 train. Yes, he can easily do that. And then he's going to do, he can do a 3 train that goes to Paris. Yeah, I think that's what he has to do. Okay, so 60 for Norway, 60, or I'm sorry, no. Norway is now 80. 80 for Norway, 60 for Scotland, 90 for London, and 50 for Birmingham. Okay, and then New York is 100, and then London is 90, and then I can't go to Birmingham because I can't reuse track, but it looks like I can go actually to Paris from London. Nope. I can go to the GWR city for 30 and then get $20 in whistle stops from that. Oh, and then you got to remember I have a 1+1. So now London, I have 90 plus 60 for Lille, and I'm going to do 60 for Belle, and then I'm going to do 50 for Paris, and I get 1, 2, 3 whistle stops along the way, and then that's it. It's $85 a share. That's amazing money, and 340 is going to Wellington. See, this is when Wellington starts catching up. That slow start gets him though. And then $255 to Medici. And $255 to the company, because the company still has shares. Excuse me. The company cannot buy train. It's train tight. So he has to wait. Now GWR gets to go. So GWR is going to do Birmingham for 4 and the other Y city for 6. Okay, GWR has a 4 train, a 3 train, and a 2 train. He already bought the North Seas token. So the 2 train is for sure going to be America to London. And then he has a 4 and a 3. The 4 can be London to Paris, and then his 3 can be from London to Birmingham to the Y city he just made. So we'll do America first. 100 plus 90 plus 20 for the 2 whistle stops to the west of it. Okay, and then we're going to do 90 for London, and then 60 for Lille, 60 for where Belle is, I think it's Belgium, and then 50 for Paris, and then we only get to do 30 in whistle stops. And then we get to do London again for 90, and then Birmingham for 80, and then the Y city there for 60. And if you follow the routes, you can actually add 3 whistle stops for 30 if you go, northeast first before you go into Birmingham. So that is a $76 a share run. So 76 times 6. Mr. Wellington gets $456. So 456. So any concerns he had about owning his companies, I think is going away. Although his companies are going to be worth a lot of money, but he just went up. Look at that big stack of hundreds he has. So, and then 4 times 76. So 304 goes to the company. So the company is not Swiss cheese either. The company has room for one more train. Does it want to buy one? My answer is sort of yes, because that way you can get a permanent, right? What should we do with him? He can buy one more train. It would be a 5 train for $475. Does he need a 5 train? I think he does when he wants to start doing an OE run, right? Because he has to figure out how to get all the way over to Constantinople. These companies are the kind of companies you want to have 2 4Ds in them or something like that. If you buy the 5 train, then he, maybe needs to sell it, or I'm thinking. I think, because we do have a connection to Berlin, even though he can't put a token in Berlin at this point. I think he's going to want to have a nice 5 train so he can barrel through all that. So yeah, we'll buy one for $475. He can always sell it to one of his other companies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to take $500 from him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and give him $25 back. Okay, so he now has 4 trains, for Pete's sakes. He has a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2. Now you might be asking, how does he have 4? Well, remember the 2 train doesn't count towards his limit. So next up is MIDI. MIDI is not a government. MIDI has Paris. I think he's poised to do his first OE run, MIDI is. Because he's sitting in Paris here, or down here, and he can upgrade Paris, which will help the French company, of course. He also has he has a 4 train and a 3 train. So 1, 2, 3, with a 4 train, he can go to Constantinople. And so he will upgrade Paris to maximize his money there. And so Paris is going to go to Brown. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to find spot where I kept Paris. Okay, so that was 4 points. He still has 2 points left. He could upgrade these double whistle stops along the way. I know it's helping France, but it helps him too. Yeah, he'll do it. So I need a special one, actually. So that's interesting. One like that. Okay, so so now he has a 4 train and he's going to do an OE run with it. So we have 80 for Paris, 60 for the Y city, 60 for the Y city, and then 50 for Constantinople, and then the bonus is now $60 in Constantinople for the OE run. Okay, and then he gets 40 for the 2 whistle stops, and then he has room for it's a 4 train, so he has room for 2 more. I only see 1 more on the route. Now he can actually do 2, so 20 more. So 370 just for the Constantinople run. Then he's going to add America, and then Lisboa for 2, and then he can add, he can go to Madrid or he can go to Casablanca, and I think he's going to go to Casablanca. Casablanca is $20 less, but he gets to add 3 $20 whistle stops, so that would be $30 more. So he's going to do that. Nope, I take it back. He's going to go back the other way. So $80 for Madrid, and then he's going to get to add $40 for this whistle stop here. That's a $40 whistle stop, and then 2 others is 10. So it's still the same number for the whistle stops. I was going to go, if you go Casablanca, there's a $20 here and then 2 20s there, and that's $60 as well. So it turns out the same, but Casablanca only pays $60, whereas that pays $80. So that's the reason why I changed it. And anyways, long story short, that's a $67 run for MIDI. Not bad. Trump has 7 shares of it, so he's going to get $469, and MIDI will get $201. So pretty good run for Trump. So 450, 70. $1 back. And then we said 201 for the company. Right, the company did sell a train to MZA, so he has room to buy a train, and he will for $475. So I'm just going to take the money from his giant stack. 1, 2, 3. There's 75. I need another 100. All right, so MIDI just did all kinds of stuff. So first thing, let's grab its 5 train. It gets a 5 train, and MIDI, as you can see, has 3 trains, and it's good to go there. The next thing, well, what I should have done is RCP should have bought one of those 3 trains, and I didn't think of it, so I'm not going to go back and retroactively do it. But RCP should have bought that 3 train from them, and then they would have only had a 4. But it doesn't matter. The big thing is that I already moved him up 1 for the run, but then he gets 1, 2, 3, and you can see that Trump is now leading the track with 2 stocks. So he's the financial guru right now, winning the game. But Lawnmower and GWR will get right up there as soon as they get their OE runs in. So we're done with that. Now it's SB's turn. SB has a 4 and a 3, and they're both non-permanent, so we can add them together. So let's start from the rear. So you can see we got Levant for 1, This is 2. And then I'm going to keep going. That's 3, 4, 5, 6 to Berlin. And I can actually do a 7 plus 7 route. So is there a way I can add another city? Yes, because I can upgrade Berlin. And I can actually go through Berlin and get to BHB's starting city. So this is for Berlin. So we can now go through Berlin. And that's 4. And then I only have 2 more points left. And so, you know, we actually have a bypass here. So if I ever want to go less, I can. But because I need more cities, I can actually still count that city. But what I think I'm going to have to do is this one's a crucial one. So let's get that one upgraded. And that's for my 2 more. So we're up to 6 there. Okay, so unfortunately, there's so many other things to upgrade, and I just didn't get a chance to. But we're going to do that run, and so Levant is worth 80. 50 for Constantinople, plus 60 for the OE bonus, and then 40 for the Y city, and then 50 for Vienna, and then 60 for the upgraded Y city, and then 90 for Berlin, and then 40 for BHB's starting city. And then we have a $20 whistle stop along the way. We didn't get to upgrade any of the other whistle stops, but we do have at least one $20 whistle stop. And then we're going to have 60 in other whistle stops easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, easily 60. And so that's a $55 run for SB. So that's very good. And we have only 4 shares of that. So we get 220 and the company gets 330. Or no, the company gets nothing. Dang it. Okay, but we get 220. And that's that. So now what SB is going to do is SB is not going to buy a 5 train. What he's going to do is he's going to buy the 3 train from DSJ or the 3 train from BHB. He can't buy both. That's the problem. He only has a 3 train limit. So which one do we buy from? I'm leaning towards BHB because that's our better company. DSJ won't be able to buy another train, but I'm still leaning towards BHB. So we're going to buy the 3 train from BHB, and we're going to give all of our money that we have. So that whole stack plus this 50 is going to BHB. And I'm just going to make BHB our strong house. I know DSJ needs the money, but I'd rather beef this one up. And so that's it. SB is done, and it does move up on the stock board, so no problems there. And Bell is next. Now, Bell's the French company by De Gaulle, and the good news is France's Y cities and all that stuff has been upgraded really, really well. Now, Bell has some challenges. Berlin is open. He can go to Berlin. That could be helpful for him. He can help the French government, but I think he needs to help himself. So what he's going to do is he's upgrading this for 2 and this for 2. And that needs to become that. Okay, so that's 4 of his 6 track points. And that allowed him to bypass the city. And then he can help his government still, but he'll, you know, he's helping himself by doing this. So we're gonna upgrade to a brown whistle stop there and put that in. Okay, so he does want to put a token in Berlin, and that's what he's going to do. So I'm going to look over at Bell, and Bell, as you can see, has some money, and its cheapest token it can do is $40. So we just need to find $40 out of here. 25. We'll just do 50. And give back a 10. And Bell is going to token Berlin. So he can't do an OE run, because remember, Bell doesn't get to run to Constantinople through our stuff. He can get down to Vienna, but then these mountains here, see that we plowed through those mountains and have the tunnels that are exclusively ours? He'd have to pay all that money. He's better off going straight to Warsaw and then coming down the Russian route. But he's setting himself up to be able to do that. And trust me, Berlin gets token blocked quick. The fact that I have 2 of my companies there is a good reason. Now, with all that said, he still has to do his run. So Bell has a 3-train, a 4-train, and a Pullman. So he is in London, so no worries there. And in fact, he can do a 1, 2, 3 to Lille, and then with a 4-train, okay. There's a 3-train and a 4-train. Oh, Bell's also up in Copenhagen. I forgot about that. Actually, he would not do this. He would not do that. He's in Copenhagen, so he needs the he needs Copenhagen upgraded. And Copenhagen is one of the rare ones, so this is important to be able to do this. So that was a good upgrade. Okay, so that also simplifies his life, because his 4 can be Birmingham, London, Lille, and Paris. That could be his 4. And then his 3, he can actually go up to that red zone, down to Copenhagen, and then over to the red zone. So he's set. And he even has 3 whistle stops along the way. So let's do the Denmark one first. So it's $80 for Norway, and then it looks like it's $80 for Sweden, and 60, and then 30. So that's a great 3-train run. And then 80 for Birmingham, 90 for London, 60 for Lille, and then 80 for Paris. And then along the way, he can get 1, 2, 3. He can easily get 4 whistle stops. None of them are upgraded. And then he has a Pullman, so he can add $40. So $64 a share for Bell, times 7, $448 for De Gaulle. That is huge. And then 64 times 3, that's 192 for the company. And I'm going to just go over and give that money to them and take $3 back. Okay, the 5 trains are $475, and he is going to buy one. that does take up almost all of his money, but a 5 train is a good train to have. And Bell is proving to be a company worth buying. So I have a feeling people are going to be buying some Bell shares. So that's really good. He is now in the permanent train business, and Bell does move up for his stock. And next up is SFAI. Okay, my battery is low. I'm at an hour 20, so I'm going to quit and find a charger, and then we'll keep going. So thanks for watching, and stay awesome.